Back behind the net he goes. He'll send it up the boards, trying to find Meredith, but not be able to hit his stick. Heading the other way now, on the rush, and Engelkes walks in, fires, and scores on the breakaway, going backhand, beating Chase Johnson on the first shot of the game, just a minute and 5 seconds into it. And that'll be his first goal of the preseason as well. They try and break out. They'll be able to get by the first defender, but it'll get chipped through the air and end up on the other side of the blue line. Trail regrouping in the neutral zone. Sitting back into their own zone. Weeb knocks it in the air, regroups, tries to go between the legs. Holy smokes, what a highlight that would have been if it went in, but I believe it got tipped by the goaltender, who was smart enough to go for a poke check. And now heading the other way, I believe that was Halley trying to chip it over the blue line. Engelkes charging in once again, showing that speed off one more time. Was not quite able to find the same luck on that attempt, and will end up in the corner once again. Trying to move up ice, he gets picked, walking in, trying to get a shot in on Vadas. That'll be the first save he's had to make, and it was a tough one as well, right in his face. They tried to go 5-hole, but he was ready for it. Pager moving into the draw. This will be one back up to Jacobson. Jacobson walks the line, sending it over to Weeb. Weeb sending it inside. Hikida back up high. Meredith walks in low. It's off the goaltender, and they'll call a freeze as the ref lost sight of the puck. It was loose right in front, and Pager pounced, but he couldn't knock it into the net. Back behind the net, Johnson sends it around the boards. Gugino dumping it back down and into the far left corner. Chip back up high. Gustafsson sends it back into the slot, ends up on a Trail defender's stick, and off we go. 3-on-2 for Trail, bouncing it off the pad. It's still loose. He's trying to put a backhand in, and that'll be 2 quick saves for Vadas. Mikowski passes that one across, and a long shot from the high slot gets out to Vadas, and we're going to see a few players getting involved in a bit of a scuffle here that the refs aren't going to let last very long. Weeb goes into Chase, back below the goal line. Leaving it for his teammate, Pager. Up high, Calabria. Rister was there. It bounced all the way across the slot. Meredith trying to get the steal, and he nearly had it too, but it popped over his stick. So Trail will keep things going. 10 seconds left on their penalty kill. Dumping it into the corner, skating back behind the net, sending it up high. It's still loose. Trail trying to jump on top of it. They'll end up back in the corner, passing it around. They keep trying to find a guy who can shoot, but they couldn't quite find one. Engelkes straight out of the box with the puck on his stick, finds Weeb. Weeb over the blue line, tries the toe drag, but it doesn't quite work out for him. Now down the left side, Michael Mikan. Mikan, Anderson, fires, blocker save by Johnson. Liscia walks in, fires, scores! What a shot from Marko Liscia! From the goal line, I want to see another look at that one, that's for sure. I'm not sure if he was on, I don't know which side of it he was on, regardless. That's a heck of a shot, and that's a shot you're seeing players take a lot more often, especially in the NHL, because of the accuracy that all these forwards have these days. They're able to pick their spots from just about anywhere, and you can see he just walks in and picks that top left corner from the opposite side. That is a bonkers shot. Mikan trying to take out the defender. Ended up causing enough disruption, And now Trail the other way, breakaway, walking in, has a stick on his arm, and we might be getting a penalty shot here. We'll see what the call ends up being. They're sending him to the dots. Trail getting a penalty shot in the preseason. And he's gonna walk up, taking a slow approach down the left side, entering to the center, slowing nice and down, and shooting it right into the glove of Ben Vadas. So get chipped out to center, and down the ice, Hikida knocking it into the top of the high slot. Trail trying to get out of their own zone. Long pass, breakaway chance, he'll walk in, he'll fire, rebounds there, sliding save, pad stop by Vadas. He'll chip this one off the boards as Aiden Bruce tries to send it down the ice and go off for a change, but he doesn't get it too far. Walking in is Trail. They'll miss on that shot, sending it a bit too high past that top right corner. Long pass, ends up with Hikida. He'll charge in, walks in, fires and scores. Jamie Hikida with the breakaway goal, and a beautiful one at that. As that's now 3-0 for the Okotoks Oilers, who have just been excellent so far on the offensive side of the ice. And it was a long pass that got chipped in the air, caught by Hikida, who walked in, faked out the goaltender, and beat him on the right side. Stolen back by Liscia. Liscia and Meredith, and Weeb on the rush. Liscia passing it across, and somehow that didn't go in. It went off the defender's skate. Johnson had no clue where it was, but I think it went along the side of the net. Porter will go for it now. He'll take it into the corner and back up high before trying to dump it down. It'll get picked up by Mikalski, who heads down the left side. Mikalski goes between the legs, passes it across. What a save by Vatis. Second try goes in, and Trail gets their first of the game. And not a whole lot that Ben Vatis could do on that one. Trail trying to break out through the neutral zone. Trail gets it over the blue, but ends up offside, and yeah, he's gonna hear about that one as he shot it a little bit after the whistle on it, and yeah, most of the time the defense is not gonna be okay with that. And we'll wait and see if there ends up being an outcome from that. The referee is pointing at the penalty box. Oilers with a power play here, their second of the game. Calabria charging in through center. Goudreau walks in, fires, glove save, tips it in front. It's still loose. Liscia tries to pounce, but he can't put it in. And Gugino trying to keep him there. Trail working their way around the offensive zone, passes it into the slot, straight into the crest of Vatis. And Anderson is going to go at it with one of the forwards for Trail, and both of them have a smile on their face. Goes all the way across the zone. Tries to send it back up high. No defenseman home. Liscia will pick it up, and he's got Mikan. Passes it across. Mikan fires, scores! Michael Mikan, 4-1 for the Oilers. And it was a beautiful pass from the left side that hit Mikan straight on the stick, and nothing that Charlie Pepink could do. Goudreau coming in, thought about the hit, couldn't find it. Ends up sending it back up high. Jacob Goudreau maybe going for a skate here. Goudreau down the right side, passes it to Pager. Pager walks in, but couldn't get loose. And now Goudreau and Pager go into the corner. Alley with it at center, passing this one back across, ends up missing Bruce. Trail walking their way in. They'll pass it back across, shooting this one in on goal, hitting the crest of Vatis. Now another chance the other way. 3-on-2, charging towards the goal, ends up loose on the other side. I think Vatis might have gotten a touch on it at one point. Ends up on the other side, centering it again, but not able to finish the job. Hikida going into the corners this time. Ends up skipping by Halley. Halley loses the puck. Trail walking in, putting it in on Vatis, but he doesn't know where it is, and thankfully Halley was able to come in and put it away, as that could have been bad. They'll take it through center, down the right side, ends up hitting a stick, walking in, tries to go cross crease, but they couldn't find him off of, I believe, Calabria blocking the shot. Back up high we go. Mikalski passes that one across the zone. He'll hold on to it for a moment, fakes the shot, passes it back across. Up high at the top. Long shot, tipped in front, tipped nice and low. It's loose again, and finally we get a freeze, and two players are going at it. Calabria getting taken down, and there might be punches being thrown, but I don't think a glove has hit the ground. One of the Trail forwards coming in from behind and grabbing Calabria. And it looks like they might be hauling at least one player off the ice here. Trail, thought they had a breakaway, couldn't quite get there. Halley puts it into the boards, and that will do it. The Okotoks Oilers picking up their first win of the preseason, 4-1 over the Trail Smoke Eaters in what was a very, very chippy game. And I'm sure this is a terrific preview of what we'll see all season long between these two